Now, I'm going to say big doesn't really do it justice. Right, so the first of our mods today is Waterhouse. This is by Alice Factory Mods, 4.86 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under containers. Now, it's going to cost you 11 grand to buy, and obviously, it's somewhere for you to fill up your water tanker. Obviously, bring it over here, fill it up, no problem. To be fair, I like the detail on it. You know, got a bit of growing. Is that ivy? Well, we'll go with that anyway. Can we go inside? No, we can't. It's like a little pumping station, that sort of thing. Obviously, if you need some water for your greenhouses, for your animals, that sort of thing, yeah, that'll fit in nicely. Right, next up is Vertical Axis Wind Turbines. This is by 2-Bit Modding, 40.37 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under generators. Now, some of these look really good. So the first one we got is this one here. So that's going to be 6 grand. That's going to make you 840 per month. We then got the next one, which is 15 grand. It's going to make you 4,200 a month. We then got my favourite out of the pack, because I think that just looks ace. 24 grand, and that's going to give you 6,720 back a month. We then move on to the big ones. So they've got 200 grand. That's going to give you 16,800 back a month. And then we've got this. It's huge. I mean, it's even got the, what was it, the guide rope just to keep it in place. 550,000 to buy, 46,200 per month. Obviously, they're wind turbines, let's face it. But, you know, these here, you know, I'd say standard-ish sort of design. This one, it's like a little corkscrew. I mean, if you look at it at the right angle, it's like a rose. Like with the petals just spinning around. Oh, that's ace. Right, next up is Machine Hall. This is by TWF Team Hana. 8.63 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under sheds. Now, it's going to cost you 95 grand. There is no options, so it comes as it is. But that being said, the outside looks all right. I mean, you've got a nice bit of wood clad in there. Got a little bit of, runoff dirt stains. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. So come in there, open the doors up. Obviously, we've got 4 bays along the front. I mean, you can see where some vehicles have been in here. A little bit of an oil spill. Oh, that is all right. That is all right indeed. Now, we'll come over here. We've got light switch down here. There we are. Turn the lights on. B. I suppose they're fairly bright. Obviously, it is the middle of the day, and it's quite bright outside. But the arches underneath, though, there's some solid timber work on the go there. And you've even got, like, the drain pipes coming inside. All right, fair enough. I quite like that. That is all right indeed. Right, next up is Finnish Shed Pack. This is by Luxu, 12.75 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under sheds. So we've got 3 in this pack. We've got the 30 grand open-sided one just there. We've got the triple door one for 65 grand just there. And then we've got the 50 grand double door version just there. Now, obviously, Finnish style sheds, so it's sort of like red corrugated out skin. Yeah, we'll call it that anyway. I mean, plenty of space once you get inside. I think maybe some really wide vehicles you might struggle to get in there, mind you, but that should be all right, as long as you're not going to something too big. We'll come over here, open up these doors. Obviously, you've got your 3 doors that can open. Once you're inside, that looks ace. I mean, it's like, I get the vibe from it, like, the skin's been built on the outside as a sort of do-it-yourself job. I mean, the lattice work underneath. That is awesome. I do like that. I mean, have we got a light switch? Oh, here we are. Down this end. Come over there like that. Turn the lights on. B. Puts the lights on like that. I like that. That is ace. Then we come around and we've got the double door version on the end. So open up these doors like that. And then the same sort of interior. I like the windows as well. A little view out. See what's going on. Sure, that's a nice shed pack. Right, next up is Slatted Cow Shed. This is by Solly, 14.88 megabyte on the download, and it's going to be under cows, obviously. So it's going to cost you 100 grand. It's going to hold 150 cows. You do have the option to change the colour. So if you've got the unlimited colour mod on, you know, do what you normally do. Obviously, it's going to be a cow shed at the end of the day. So you get your slowly taken out point just there. We've got any doors that open? There we are, like that. So you could theoretically back a trailer in to, you know, facilitate bringing some cows in. You got your feed and your straw going into that point. Then down here, you've got your animal dialogue box and then milk taking out point just there. I mean, that's an alright shed to be fair. And obviously, you can paint it pink if you really wanted to. Right, next up is 5-bay cow shed. This is by Sully, 14.8 megabyte on the download, and as you can imagine, under cows. So 62.5 grand to buy, and it's going to hold 35 cows. You do have the option as well. So if we come there, go to customize, you can change the colour like the previous one. Yeah, do whatever you like. Oh, pink cow shed, why not? So you got your milk taking out point just there. We've got this door that opens in there, and we've got a light switch here as well. All right, fair enough. You know, if it's at night, you want to make sure your cows can see what they're doing. You got your food and your straw going in there. We'll come down here. We've got a slobby taking out point and our animal dialogue box just there. Being said, that's an alright shed. Well, next up is Old Polish Garage. This is by CNX, 8.46 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it on the shed. So, 17.5 grand is what it's going to cost you. To be fair, the detail on this, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a small shed, but that looks ace. I mean, you got the brickwork there. It just looks like, you know, they built it in the dark. That looks great. And then you got like the dirt bits at the bottom. You know, you've been driving past with your tractor, it's flicked some dirt up, and then it's just stained the bottom of it. That looks awesome. I mean, don't get me wrong, you're not going to fit a lot of stuff in here. It's like even the latch on the door, the rustiness of it all, that just looks ace. Oh, I'll put one of these on your farm just so you can have a shed that looks this good. Right, next up is Foil Tunnel. This is by Michael LS, 1.77 megabyte on the download. And as you can imagine, it's going to be found under greenhouses. Now, it's going to cost you 5 grand, and it's going to do the usual greenhousery shenanigans. So down this end, you got your loading in point for your water. We've got our production chain menu just there. So you've got your usual, your chili peppers, your garlic, lettuce, snapper cabbage, spring onions, strawberries, and tomatoes. Now, once you're done, obviously, you'll have a pallet spawn point down the side. No. It's down the end. Here we go. Oh, fair enough. I mean, something a little different to your standard greenhouse. I like it. Right, next up is Farm Buildings with Dark Wood. This is by Kazi, 14.37 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find him first off on the sheds. So we've got the small one, the open wooden garage, 30 grand, and you do have the option to, if you want to customize it, put some solar panels on the roof. There we are. Oh, does the full roof, that's all right. If you didn't fancy that one and wanted a little bit of a bigger shed, we've got 70 grand, big wooden garage. Now again, you can put some solar panels on if you wanted to. And then to finish it off, we've got this one, which is going to be found under cows, because it's a cow shed, let's face it. And this is going to cost you 150 grand. It's going to hold 50 cows. You do have the option to customize it a little bit. So you've got your solar panels, yes and no. And you've also got that little strip there, which is, you can change the colour to that. That's the only thing that changes on the colour-wise. But, all right, it is what it is. And once you get them down and placed, you know, it's a shed. I mean, that looks ace. I mean, like the bolts, the rivets, whatever goes through, that looks all right. And then obviously come to the bigger shed. Open up that door like that. Plenty of space inside. So you've got door down the end, drive-through options, no problem. Then we'll come over here, and we got the old cow shed, cow barn, whatever you want to call it. So you got your taking out point for your slurry just there. We'll open up this door like that, and then inside you got your loading in point for your feed and your straw. We'll open up that door. Then out this side, you're going to have your animal dialogue box and your milk taking out point. Now, it does come with the option to extend the pen if you wanted to, the meadow, and it does allow you to put a meadow down or leave it as the base floor, entirely up to you. That being said, that's a nice set of buildings. Right, next up is Lizard Weight Pack. This is by 30% Drew Team, 4.3 megabyte on the download. As you can imagine, they're going to be underweight. So we've got the 600 first, and as the name would suggest, 600 kilo weight. You've got the option of support, yes or no. So puts those on there like that. Trailer attacher, yes or no on the front. Decals, yes or no. What's a decal? Warning stripes. Put it that way. Front warning lights, yes or no. So you've got a little... well, reflectors, yeah, we'll call them that. Side warning lights, obviously going to be on the side. Lights, actually, there you are, on the front. You then got weight, yes or no. So it's a sticker, it's a decal. All right, main colour, if you got the colour mod installed, can be whatever you like on there. Design colour is obviously going to be the frame. And then we got design color again. We'll go with a purple. Oh, it does the weight decal. Oh, fair enough. Now, if you think, do you know what? I want something that's going to weigh me tractor down, but I want to fill it up. Wow, you can do, because you've got this one here. Now, you're going to be able to fill it up with your standard liquids. So you've got your milks, you've got your water, liquid fertilizer, herbicide, and diesel. And it's got the same options as previously, but obviously it's got a 100 kilo starting weight and then a 500 litre capacity. So obviously, the more you fill it up, the heavier it's going to be. All right, no problem. Right, next up is the Fliegl Bale Transportcross. This is by Rick Black Label TWD Modding, 0.85 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under baling. So it's going to cost you 200 to buy. The only option is to change the colour of the actual spikes, prongs, whatever you want to call it. Now, it does mount to a 3-point, so you're not going to get the full lift, I suppose. But if you want to just move some bales around, you've got a tractor knocking around and you think, I'll move those bales across the yard. Yeah, hook one of these up to your 3-point and get cracking. Right, next up is the Bressel and Lade B11 Balefork. This is by Rick Black Label TWD Modding, 1.05 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under front loaders. Now, it's going to start off with 680 price tag. You can have 2 prongs, 3 prongs, 4 prongs, 5 prongs, or 2 prongs. I mean, if you get the 5 prongs, that bale isn't going anywhere. It's not going to fall off or nothing. You do have the option of attacher types, a front loader, telly loaders, front loader. You've got the option of main colour, so we'll go with the usual. Does the main frame. All right, fair enough. Right, next up is the Strautmann GS 1750. This is by Agua Design Austria, 2.35 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Front Loader Tools. Now, this has got a 960 litre capacity, and it's going to do pretty much every loose thing in the game, which is all right indeed. It's going to start you off 1800, which is not bad at all. You do have the option of logos old or new. All right, fair enough. I mean, you could use the grab. Do a little bit of woodwork, you could use a shovel, do a little bit of moving off some loose stuff. Oh, a bit of an all-rounder. Right, next up is the Ålö Frontloader Tools. This is by PXLR, 10.24 megabyte on the download, and I'm pretty sure this is a new brand to the game. For first up in this pack anyway, we've got the pallet fork, 964 to buy, and it's going to be, well, the whole pack's going to be under Frontloader Tools. Now, if you didn't fancy a pallet fork, well, we've got quite a few different things. So we got your front loader tool bucket, 540 litre capacity, 655 to buy. The only option is going to be on all these going forward, apart from the pallet fork, it's going to be design. So you got the trimmer and then you got the quickie. So you got the quickie doesn't really have a design on it, mind you. So you've got one quickie like that, and the second quickie. And then you got the trimmer logo on the side. So, all right, fair enough. Now, obviously, they're varying different sizes. So you've got 540 litre, 650, 720, 820. And then we come down and we've got a 950 litre version. We then move on to the multi-grab itself. So 800 litres starting off. Again, you do have the option of the logos on the side. And then you've got a 800 litre, 900 litre, and then 1,000 litre at the end. I mean, that being said, I mean, I'm pronouncing it Ålö. It might be something else because it has got those dots above the A and the O, but all right, we'll go with it. I mean, it's great to see a new brand in the game anyway. Next up is the Mammut Equipment Pack. This is by Agua Design Austria, 11.7 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under Front Loader Tools. Now, the first one, quite interesting. So we've got power cut, and it's going to do 1 bale, 3,250 to buy. You've got the option of standard tines or additional tines. You then got attacher type, so you got Euro and 3-point, or your Euro. Now, if you didn't fancy that, we'll have a little look at that in a minute, because it does say you should be able to cut through bales. We're going to give it a little bit of a go. You have a universal bucket, so 1,600 to buy, and you've got a 1,000 litre capacity on that. If you didn't fancy that, we've got the Silo Cat 170M, 1,050 litre capacity on that one. And it says it's going to do your standard silage shenanigans. If you fancied something that's going to do every loose thing in the game, well, you've got the optional Silo Bucket 170M as well. But obviously, it's going to take different crops. 1,050 litre capacity. And then I'll finish it off. We've got the Silo Grip 180. It's a bit of a multi-purpose job on that one. 1,050 litre capacity. Do you have the option of lateral additional tines, yes or no, on the side? Now, I've got the old power cot installed on the front of my Kubota. So we'll do RB and right stick, left and right. It's going to open it up like that. Right, so we'll go in. Okay, we'll go up the top like that. In the middle, that'll do. So what if we do RB and right stick down? It's not cutting it. It's not cutting at all. Although we do have an option where it says unload here. And we don't have access to this land. Right, hold on a minute. Right, so we're back to our own land. So let's see if what happens when we unload it now then. So we'll stop there like that. Right, so LB and RB together. Unload. Oh, yeah, it's actually chopping through the bale. I mean, alright, we'll lift it up a little. That's ace. Oh, I like that. That's a little different entirely. That is brilliant. Right, next up is the Robert Balefork pack. This is by ETA Choice, 35.27 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under telehandler tools. Now, first off, we've got the PB110, 3,800 to buy, and you've got the option of having it as a telehandler tool, a wheel loader, a skid steer loader, front loader, JCB, and then back to telehandler. Now, to be fair, the whole lot of this pack is going to have those options. So I don't think we're going to go through each one and go through those. But all right, no problem. So this one, yeah, it's going to be able to grab at least 2 vertically, especially the round bales anyway. If you didn't fancy that one, we've got a little bit of a bigger one with some transport forks on the bottom. So again, you get the same options as before with the attachers. We then got a little bit of a bigger one. So I reckon you could get definitely a couple, maybe even 3 potentially on that one. And then we've got an even bigger one, which is, yeah, we're definitely into a, I suppose that's got the transport forks on the bottom, so that's going to be a 3 as well. And then we got the big one. You're going to have to do like 4 bale. You're going to do 4, potentially 4 at a push, maybe. Definitely 3 easy. And then obviously you've got the big one again with the transport. Whoa. We'll clean up on aisle 3. We've got Smiths falling over. If you didn't fancy that and wanted to go for some actual round bale grabs, we've got this one here, the PBR, and then we got the one next to it, the PBU, with a little bit of a protective frame at the top. And if you fancied some standard square balers, bale handling forks, whatever you want to call it, we've got this one here. She's got additional forks, or the standard ones, and then to finish it off, we got this one on the end that's got the old protective frame on the top. Oh, no problem. I mean, the Robert pack definitely got your bale handling needs sorted. Right, next up is the Krone Swadro 900. This is by Wolfex Modding, 9.78 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under windrowers. Now, it's got a 55 horsepower requirement from your tractor, 9 meter working width, 12 mile an hour working speed for 25,700. And to be fair, that looks all right. I mean, obviously, it's going to push it all into the middle. So, you know, making picking up straw, grass, and hay just a lot easier. Oh, why not? Right, next up is the Grimme FT300 and Rootster 604. This is by Landmensch, 41.58 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under beet harvesters. Now, this bit is obviously going to go on the front of your tractor if you haven't got a self-propelled vehicle, you know, just to chop the tops off your sugar beets. 85 horsepower requirement from your tractor, 3 meter working width, 9 mile an hour working speed for 20.5 grand. You do have the option of wheel brands. That's going to be for the tyres at the front. BKT, Trelleborg, and then back to BKT. And you've got standard and white on those little wheels. But all right, fair enough. Mechanical blade sensor, yes or no. Just going to put that on the front there like that. And then main colour. Again, if you've got the unlimited colour mod on, you're golden. Now, obviously, that's the bit on the front. The bit on the back is going to be the Rootster 604. 6,000 litre capacity, 185 horsepower requirement from your tractor, 3 metre working width, 6 mile an hour working speed. Now, obviously, you are going to need to use these two in tandem. So this isn't going to get it off the ground without the front bit. No problem. 98.5 grand to buy. You have the option of overloading, yes or no. Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Raderstein, and then back to Trelleborg on the tyres. You got some narrows in there if you wanted to. Narrow twins. On the sugar beet harvester, that is ace. Design black or yellow. No, or design colour, sorry. What bit? Oh, it's changing like the the conveyor belts and that. All right, fair enough. So design color is going to be this bit. So we'll change that up. We'll go purple. Changes everything. All right, fair enough. So you just basically have it matching the rest of the equipment. Ah, why not? Right, next up is Lizard SNCP 108. This is by Miyotto Modding, 14.3 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under disc harrows. Now, this requires 320 horsepower from your tractor, 10 meter working width, 10 mile an hour working speed, 75 grand is what it's going to cost you. You do have the option of decals, so we've got yes or no. That little one on the back. All right, fair enough. Chassis color is obviously going to be your chassis, and then the rim color, which is going to be on the wheels, is there. All right, fair enough. Next up is the Rolmako U436 4M 4.5M pack. This is by JMZ, 51.81 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under cultivators. Now, first up, we've got the 436 4.5H, 195 horsepower requirement from your tractor, as the name would suggest, 4.5 meter working width, 17,300 to buy. You do have the option of wing shares, yes or no. So put those on the bottom like that. All right, no problem. Now, if you're thinking 4.5 is a little bit too big, well, they've got a 4 meter version. So you've got the option on this one, though, is you've got lighting, yes or no. Okay, where's it putting the light? It's on the back. There we are. Puts that on the back like that. And then the wing shares again, no problem. Obviously, a touch smaller and a little bit less horsepower requirement, 170 on this one. Now, if you're thinking, yeah, I don't want one like that, I want a tow behind, one that's got its whole support system. Well, we got this, the 436 4.5H Pro, because obviously if there's Pro in the name, it makes it a lot better. So 195 horsepower requirement from your tractor, 4.5 meter working width, 8 mile an hour working speed for 18,350. Although we do have the wing shares as an optional extra as you come into the shop. We've got your Trelleborg, BKT, Vredestein, and then back to Trelleborg on your wheels. And you've got your standard and your wides. Fenders, yes or no, so puts those over the wheels. Support wheel, yes or no, puts those on the front. Wing shares, yes or no, puts those on the bottom. Now, if you think that's a little bit big, I'm not quite sure why you think 4.5 meters is a little bit big, but you can. We got this one, the 4 meter premium. Oh, that means it's a lot better. 16,950 to buy if you don't have the optional wing shares on. 180 horsepower requirement from your tractor, 4 meter working width, 8 mile an hour working speed. That's an all right set, that is. Right, next up is the Meprozet PN-160. This is by JMZ, 21.92 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under slurry tankers. Now, it's got a 16,000 litre capacity, 160 horsepower requirement from your tractor, 14 metre working width, 9 mile an hour working speed for 44.5 grand. Although we do have the optional extra of new stickers. It's a £50 optional extra, but okay. Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, and then back to Trelleborg on your tyres. I've got some wides. Oh, they look all right. That's all right indeed. Then you've got your pivot pipe, yes or no. So that's going to be that bit right there. Then you've got a ladder, yes or no. All right. Oh, ladder's on that side. Right, no problem. Fenders, yes or no. Well, to be fair, it's already got some fenders, just that little bit at the front. Stickers, new or old or nothing. Those holes look all right, actually. Definitely see like they've been peeling off. Your main colour is obviously going to be your main colour, so we'll go with that. Well, it's actually the chassis colour, but okay. Add-ons, we'll go over yellow. Does those bits just there. And then your rim colour is obviously going to be your rims. Now, if you're thinking, I don't want a 14 metre one, I want one with a 3-point on the back. Well, they've got you covered, because it's the same, let's face it, it's the same tanker, but you can have a boom attached to the back instead. Oh, why not? Well, we're sticking with Meprozet for the next one, and with slurry tankers, and with JMZ. I'm not quite sure why these are different mods, because they all pretty much are the similar sort of thing. So we've got the Meprozet PN-180 2W Plus by JMZ, 20.31 megabyte on the download, under slurry tankers. Now, 18,000 litre capacity, 180 horsepower requirement from your tractor, 14 metre working width, 9 mile an hour working speed, 48,300. You do have the option of Trelleborg, Michelin, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, and then back to Trelleborg. And you've got some, let's face it, the standard ones are not exactly thin. And you've got some wide tyres as well, so why not? Telescopic suction pipe, Got yes or no, so it puts that on the side. Folding ladder, yes or no, so puts that there. Hydraulic top hatch, so we'll put that there like that. All right, fair enough. Fenders, design 1, 2, or nothing. Black edition. Oh, yes, indeed, that looks a lot better. Cover, yes or no. Where's the cover? Oh, it's on the front of the old PTO. All right, no problem. You then got your rim color, which is obviously going to be your rims. Now, again, like the previous mod, you do have the option to have the 3-point on the back if you wanted to fit a boom system to it. But, all right, no problem. And to finish off the triplet of Meprozet slurry tankers, I'm pretty sure this should have been all in one pack, but all right. The Meprozet PN-160 Maxi 3 Plus by JMZ, 14.56 megabyte on the download and under slurry tankers. Now, 24,000 litre capacity, 240 horsepower requirement for my tractor, 12 metre working width with a 9 mile an hour working speed, with a cost of 61,900 to buy. You do have the option Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, Trelleborg, and then back to Michelin on your tyres. We've got some standards and wides in there as well. Again, swivel suction pipe, just there. Fenders, yes or no, puts that little front bit on. Colour of stickers, blue or white. Cover, yes or no, puts that over the PTO. Your main colour is obviously going to be your frame, like that. Your tank colour, oh indeed. That's a little brighter, I must admit. And then your rim colour to finish it off. Now, again, like the previous two of Meprozet tankers from JMZ, you do have the option of the 3-point on the back. So if you fancied hooking a boom up to it, no problem. Now, moving on to something that's not a Meprozet tanker, we got the Kesla Forestry Pack by HR Force and Bale, 29.08 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Forestry Tools. Now, first off, we got the 326T plus Prog 26, 45 grand, and you're going to have the option of crane colour. Wow, that's I know we've got the unlimited colour mod, but still, for standard colour palette, all right, we're going to go with the usual anyway. Got your crane colour just there, and then your claw colour can be one of those. Now, obviously, this is going to hook up to the 3-point in the back of your tractor, so you haven't got a dedicated tree crane, if that's what you want to call it. You know, hook one of these up to your tractor, no problem. And I like the wood logs, that's keeping it upright. That's great. If you didn't fancy the crane, well, you've actually got a tree harvester you can hook up to the back of your tractor, because why not? Why not indeed? Now, you've got the same colour options as before, although you do have the processor colour, so that's going to change the old cutter head. There you are. 45 grand if you go for the standard base version. 64 centimetre diameter logs, well, trees, it's going to cut anyway. If you didn't fancy that and you fancy just a log grab to go on the front, you got this one. So it's going to cost you 3 grand. You have the option of small, big, or small. So that's going to be the feet at the bottom. Attach type, so you can have it as a 3-point, front loader, or 3-point, and then again you've got your main colour and your claw colour options. And to finish it off, we've got the 144ND. Obviously, it's going to be a log bunk with a crane attached to it. So you got your crane, you got a timber trailer without the crane, or back to the crane. Right, fair enough. Then you got your Trelleborg, Nokian, and then back to Trelleborg again. Got a couple of different versions on the go in there. Tow bar, low, high, or low. Then you got your crane colour, your claw colour, your bunk colour, which is going to be the top bits there, and then your chassis colour, which is obviously going to be your chassis, and rim colour to finish it off with the rims. Yeah, so if you've got like some wood shenanigans that you want to be cracking on with, and you've only got a tractor, you don't really fancy investing in a big tree harvester, this bit on the back, that is awesome. Right, next up is the Rottne H21D Steep Slope Pack. This is by HR Force and Bale, 52.72 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Forestry Equipment. Now, obviously, first off, we've got the H21D with 7000C, 305 horsepower engine, 12 mile an hour working speed, and it's going to cut trees at 76 centimetre diameter as a maximum. Do you have the option to change the engine output? So we've got your 385 with a stage 1 tune, and then back to 305. So 385 is going to be your top one. Then you've got Nokian, BKT, Trelleborg, Michelin, Ålö 4s, and then back to knock-ins. You got your colour design. You've got old or new. Interesting indeed. Windows, you've got standard or tinted. Road equipment, yes or no. So putting lights on. There we are. Lights and mirrors, fair enough. Exhaust guard, yes or no. So it puts a guard around the exhaust at the back. Hood protection, yes or no. So it puts that frame around the back. Because, you know, you don't want to be damaging the old grille. You then got rear cage, yes or no. So it puts that on there like that. Extra extinguishers on the top. Interesting indeed. Back version. Now, this is very important. We'll come back to that in a minute. Because you have opening trunk or traction winch coupling. Yeah, just make sure you've got the correct one. Because you may need the traction winch coupling in a little bit. Bogie lift, yes or no. So, something's flashing. Doesn't seem to be doing much, mind you. But, all right, fair enough. Cabin rotation, 90 degree left and right, yes or no. Then you've got your main colour. Oh, let's match it up. Oh, that looks nice. That does. We'll go for a nice little pastel-y pink blue on the front there. Processor head colour. We'll go with bright green so you can see it. Does those bits like that. Then you've got your Ålö 4s colour if you've got Ålö 4s on. Then your rim colour is obviously going to be your rims. And now, if you don't fancy this one and you've got easy arm control installed, same type of vehicle, but obviously it's going to have the option of using the easy arm control. No problem. Now, we've got this bit on the end, the T16 traction winch. Now, if you're going to be using this, because, you know, it's the steep slope pack is what it's all about. Yeah, you're going to hook this up to the back of your Rottne and then hook it up to a tree. So it's going to help not falling off the side of a mountain. Now, you do need to have that option on when you go and select it from the old shop menu. So you need to have the traction winch coupling on. Because if you've gone for the one with the opening bonk, if you press Y, so you're on control group trunk 2, and we'll then do LB and right stick left and right, obviously it's going to open that up. Fair enough. You want to do a little bit of maintenance work, that's great. But if you want to use the actual winch itself, you are going to need to have the one with that attaches to the winch, and just back it up into it. There you are, like that. It's going to hook up to the back, and then away you go. You can pull the winch out, hook it to a tree. Job's a good one. Oh, why not? Right, next up is the Cressoni CRX Series. This is by SMI Modding Team, 91.67 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under harvester headers. Now, it starts off with a CRX 6 meter working width, 6 mile an hour working speed, 52 grand. You have the option of safety signal bar, yes or no. So it puts that on the front like that. Hydraulic tank for older combines, yes or no. So it just gives it a little bit of a extra. I'll show you why in a minute. Then you've got attacher types in New Holland, John Deere, CLAAS Lexion, CLAAS Arion, Case, Fendt MF Ideal, and then back to New Holland. Now, they all attached like normal, to be fair, so it's probably just how low it sticks to the ground. You then got your option on design colour. You've got all the standard manufacturer colours, and then obviously, if you wanted to, do what you like. Hold on, I clicked on that. Interesting. It's gone for green, and I've gone for me standard pink. But all right, no problem. Now, it's not the only one in the pack. There is a couple of different versions. So we've got a 6 meter, a 6 meter, a 6.6 meter, and then a 7 meter and a 7.2. Right. Okay. So you got the Soldier Flex, which basically looks the same anyway. I mean, it's got extra bits on the side, but the whole thing about this pack is obviously if you're on a map that's a little bit tight, you know, getting through some gateways or whatever, and you don't want to be messed around with headed trailers and whatever, well, get one of these on the front, and you pull up, you rock up, stop, LB and A, unfold, and obviously it's going to put that bit out to the right, then it's going to move the other bit out to the left, and it's going to put it all together, ready for you to harvest some golden brown wheat, barley, whatever you're going to be doing. So as it lowers it down like that, and then once it's finished, it's going to just nudge them a little bit closer together. There we are, ready to go. And obviously just lower it down, turn it on, First you need to unfold the actual harvester first, that'll be a good idea. And then away you go, harvesting, and then once you're finished, you just fold it back up and just drive down the road like you're not 7 meter wide. Oh, why not? Next up is the new Holland TX32. This is by Puzzcap, 39.97 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under harvesters. Now, this is going to have a 155 horsepower engine, 15 mile an hour top speed, 5,600 litre capacity on the old grainage tank. You got the option of Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Raderstein, BKT, Mitas, and then back to Trelleborg on the old tyres. You got your standards, you got your standard 2s. And then got warning triangle, spin it around the back. There we are. So we've got yes or no. That's going to put it on the back. Additional mirrors. So we've got yes or no. You then got beacon lights. So we've got both in front. Where is the beacon light? So see it there, the front of the old grain hatch. We've got one at that side there. Okay, so we've got both at the front. Well, just the one at the front. At the back, just the one at the side, all right, or nothing. All right, no problem. Reflectors, yes or no. Are they on the side? Yes, they are. Warning signs, yes or no. So that's going to be putting them on the back just there. They got main stickers, so we've got new, worn out, or new. Then got grain tanks, we've got high, low, or high. It doesn't seem to be changing the actual grain capacity, so just for aesthetics. Side cover, yellow or black. It's that bit on the side, or yellow. And then got rag, short or long. Oh, it's a bit on the end of the pipe. All right, no problem. Main colour, quite a few different ones. So we've got new, lightly used, very heavily used. Yeah, that looks battered. That looks battered indeed, but well, why not? Why not? An old school New Holland in a pastel pink. Oh, you can't beat that. Window colour. Now this is interesting because you've got the unlimited colour mod on. We could actually do the same. Oh, black paint condition. So again, you've got the used and really used and proper battered on those bits there. I mean, to be fair, it's just that bit on the top. And then we've got your rim colour. Again, you can have the old well-used version if you want it. Now, obviously, the harvester is going to need a header to go with it. And we've got the TX32 header, 4 meter working whip, 6 mile an hour working speed. You've got the option of crop pickers, yes or no. So put those on the front. Main stickers, new or worn out. And then main colour, obviously going to do the main colour. And then your black paint condition is obviously going to do, well, those bits. Fair enough. Now, you also got a header as part of this pack. So you got your 1500 price tag. You've got the option of warning triangles, yes or no on the back. Reflectors, yes or no. And you've got your main colour, your black paint condition, and then your rim colours as well. So to be fair, I mean, I remember this when I was doing Ravenport. I've definitely used this harvester before. And that's great to see it back. Right, next up is the MAN TGS 18500 4x4. This is by JH Modding, 18.69 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under trucks. Now, it's got a 500 horsepower engine, 55 mile an hour top speed, and 130 grand price tag. You can then change the tyres. You've got Trelleborg, Continental, BKT, and then Trelleborg. And you've got some wides as well. Yes. Oh, that looks ace. Oh, I do like that. Main colour is obviously going to be anything you like at this point. And then your rim colour is obviously going to be your rims. Yeah, a little bit of an off-roader man truck. And now we move on to what can only be described as a mini DLC, because everything else from now on is going to be from Giant. So first up, we've got the Kröger MUK 303, 9.76 megabyte on the download, and it's going to be found under trailers. So it's got 37,500 litre capacity for 51 grand. You do have the option of a cover, which is standard as you come into the shop, mind you, which is a little bit naughty. You have the Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Raderstein, and then back to Trelleborg on the tyres. You do have a couple of different standards and standard 2s knocking around. You got your cover, yes or no, puts that on the top. Your main colour, it's obviously going to be your main colour. Your chassis colour, it's obviously going to be your chassis. All right, fair enough. Right, next up is the Demco Series 2200, 26.67 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under auger wagons. And to be fair, this thing is huge, absolutely huge. 77,500 litre capacity. It requires 400 horsepower for an auger wagon. That's it's a bit tasty, I must admit. 189.5 grand to buy. You do have the option of crawler tracks or wide tyres. Go with the crawler tracks. It always looks better. You got your main colour, which obviously can be anything you like. Now, what I mean by it's massive, we've got a Valtra large tractor here, and just look at the size of it. Dear oh dear, but with the tracks on, that does look good. Speaking of things that are massive, we've got the Horsch Cura 24ST, 35.17 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Weeders. Now, as the name would suggest, it's 24 metre working width, well, to be precise, 24.5 metre working width, and a 7 mile an hour working speed, 200 horsepower requirement for my tractor, 85 grand to buy. Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, then back to Trelleborg. Now, I've got some options under Vredestein. You've got standard and standard too, but 24.5 metre working width. I mean, if you're into doing your weeding and you've got some big fields on the go, get one of these out. You're going to smash it out in no time at all. Right, next up is the Vervaet Hydro Trike 5x5, 32.73 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it over in the Slurry tankers. And this just looks awesome. So, 530 horsepower engine, 24 mile an hour top speed, 20,000 litre capacity, and it's going to run at 12 mile an hour working speed, 384 grand to buy. Do you have the option of Trelleborg, Michelin, or Trelleborg on the tyres? You have a launch edition. Yes or no, so puts that on the side. Now, this is ace. I do like it. I mean, the startup sounds brilliant. Once you get going as well, oh, it just sounds like a beast. It really does. Now, if you've got a little bit of a unfolding animation as well, so I'll be in a unfold the actual spreader. No, one bit on that one. There we are. Unfold it, lifts the wheels, puts them out to the side. That is ace. Now, obviously, with something like this, you are going to need a boom on the back, because it does have a 3-point there. Without it, it's not going to spread anything. So get one of these on the go. But that, oh, I do like that. I do like that a lot. Right, next up is the Valtra Q Series, 31.79 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under medium tractors. Now, it's got a 230 horsepower engine, 31 mile an hour top speed, and it's going to start off at 234,500, although we do have some optional extras as standard. Very naughty. So, the optional extras that we have as an optional extra is going to be your front weight, 180 kilo front weight, 300 kilo, 420, 540, 660, 780, 900, a 3-point or front weight. Everyone's going to go for a 3-point, let's face it. You might as well use that bit on the front. So the engine outputs of 230 is standard, then goes to 245, 265, 285, 305, and then back to 230. So 305 is your top one. Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitres, BKT, Vredestein, Nokian, and then back to Trelleborg. And what we've got some twins all round. Oh, why not? Why not indeed? Then have the option of reverse driving, yes or no. So it puts that little steering wheel by the back window. Roof setups, we've got standard or sky view. Obviously, you can see out the back when you're driving out the little steering wheel. Right, no problem. Then you've got door setups, we've got panorama window. It's going to be on this side. Second door or panorama window. Stowage setup. It's actually behind what would be your left shoulder if you're sat in the cabin. So you've got big or small. That's all that does. All right, fair enough. Interior setups, you've got design, which is light grey or a dark grey. That's better. I like that better. Dark grey for the win. Then you've got your front loader attacher. So you've got quickie, Hauer, or nothing. Then you've got your main colour, which is obviously going to be whichever you like, because, you know, unlimited colour mod, do your thing. Then you got your rim colour, which is going to be your rims. Oh, fair enough. Great to see another Valtra in the series. Next up is the CLAAS Arion 600, 35.8 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find this one under small tractors. Now, it's got 145 horsepower engine, 31 mile an hour top speed, and 158 grand to buy. You do change the engine output up to 165, 185, 205, and then back to 145. So 205 horsepower is your top engine version. Then you've got your Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, Nokian, and then back to Trelleborg. Then we've got twins all round as well. Oh, that's all right. I like that a lot. Front loader attacher, you got your CLAAS or nothing. Have we got a CLAAS front loader? Not sure we have, but all right, fair enough. Fair enough indeed. Now, if you have got a CLAAS farm and you think, you know what, I need a small tractor just to fill a space, wow, this has got you covered. And the last mod for the day is the CLAAS TRION 75720 pack, 47.08 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under harvesters. So it's got a 367 horsepower engine, 18 mile an hour top speed, 10,500 litre grain tank for 357,500 pounds, euros or dollars. You can then change it up to the 730, which is a 408 horsepower engine. That puts the grain tank up to 12,000 litre capacity. And then back to the 750, which is a 435 horsepower engine with 12,000 litre grain tank. And then back to the 720. So go for the big one. I mean, I know it has 34 grand, but you're not going to be able to take the money with you when you go. So you might as well use it. Then you've got Continental, Vredestein, or Continental on the tyres. So again, like that Arion, if you've got a CLAAS farm, this is going to fit in nicely. And as it's part of a pack, you're going to have a header with it as well. So you've got the Corio 875 FC, 6 metre working width, 6 mile an hour working speed for 63.5 grand to buy. Obviously, it's going to do your sunflower and the corn for you. But that being said, that's an all right. That's an all right pack, that is.